unmute everybody and we'll get started. All right, so focusing this week on the third eye chakra, the intuition center for our energy centers. And this is what we'll focus on in meditation too this month if you join for that. But as we tune into our intuition center, we get to really tune into that concept of our own innate understanding of a deeper going on, right? Of what's happening around us, and tuning into it, as opposed to, oftentimes, I know for me, I sometimes choose to ignore it. I choose to just push it aside. And as I was traveling, one of the things that I really practiced tuning into was, while I was driving on roads that are not familiar for me anymore, was to really recognize when my intuition was saying, pay attention. And granted, I'm a pretty cautious driver as it is, but it really woke me up a little bit to the fact that the situation was new and there were people around me with different habits than, say, I experience in Utah. And, who knows whether that actually stopped anything from happening, but it was just a reminder that I have that innate quality, that I can choose to tap into it and tune into it. And there are all women on here right now, I believe, but I tend to think that women have an even stronger intuition. And again, that when we tune into it, it can help bring a little bit more safety. It can just help us recognize that we need to maybe communicate with somebody. There are a lot of different things it does for us. It's also how we tune into our own kind of hidden sometimes level of creativity. So there's a lot there that can benefit us if we use this as a tool. So we're going to utilize the mudra with our first finger and thumb coming together, extending the rest of our fingers. This is our knowledge mudra. It is meant to help us tune into a little bit of intuition. So let's come to a comfortable seat for a moment, and then we'll come to a standing position. As we come to a comfortable seat, tune into what it is that your body needs, whether that is sitting up a little higher on something because your hips and low back might feel tight, or whether that's adding another prop like blocks, or sitting in a chair. And now bring hands to connect first and draw thumbs to touch your third eye. And as you close your eyes here, take a couple moments to let your breath travel. Send it into your low belly. And send it all the way up into your upper palate. And then draw hands to your heart center and bow toward your heart, honoring yourself for taking this time today to be here present. And now softly opening your eyes, release your hands down. And if you so choose, we'll take this mudra, or this position with the hands. First finger and thumb connecting, palms are up. And as you let your hands rest on your legs, you can close your eyes here if you would like to, but then the affirmation to go with this mudra is, I follow my path of truth, open to the clarity of my vision. So if you'd like to, you can say it out loud if you want, or you can say it silently to yourself. I follow my path of truth, open to the clarity of my vision. And now, for just another moment in time with your breath, tune into an intention for yourself that might relate to your third eye. Maybe that is an intention of actually listening to that intuition, listening to whatever messages you are receiving from that understanding of something just a little bit deeper. And now let's softly open the eyes, and you can release this mudra if you would like to. We're going to come up to a standing position at the front of your mat, and you can have blocks handy and ready. We're going to start off with a sun salutation version that is specific to the third eye. This brings this focus for us of this intuition center. So feet inner hip distance apart and parallel, hands to connect at heart center. Close your eyes and for a moment, notice that place of the third eye, just slightly above and in between the eyebrows. Full deep breath. Then inhale, stretch arms up overhead. If you'd like, you can clasp and take the pointer fingers together. Lift your gaze up toward your hands. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way, and exhale, fold. Plant fingertips, you can always use blocks here. Step your right foot back into your lunge, right knee to the ground. Inhale, stretch arms up overhead. Again, clasp if you'd like, point your fingers, gaze up toward your pointer fingers. Exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Now you're going to step back so your knees meet. And then bring your elbows down to the ground and your forehead down to touch, or you can always set it on a blanket or a block here. Take a full breath with your third eye resting. And then rising up to your hands, tuck toes, lift hips up and back for a downward facing dog pose. Take a big breath here and take a moment to pedal out. Let your hips move a little bit. Deep, full inhale and exhale. And now you can stay in down dog. You can come to a child's pose, or if you'd like to, inhale, come forward into your plank. Knees can come down here. Rotate elbow pits forward and push. Extend your front. Exhale, bend elbows lower down. Inhale, curl up and open into a baby cobra. Shoulders are lifting up and back. Lengthen the back of your neck. Full breath. Exhaling, downward facing dog pose. And now we stepped right foot back. So now step right foot forward in between your hands. And again, you can always start off with blocks here to help you get that distance, that length with the back knee moving back a little bit. Then inhale, stretch up. And again, clasping hands, gaze up toward your fingers if that feels okay in your shoulders and your neck. Exhaling, hands come down to the front of your mat. Lift your back knee and step forward, coming into your forward fold. Knees are considerably bent here, so your belly can rest. As you let your head hang, you can close your eyes if you'd like, and bring the awareness to your third eye. And bent knees, squeeze glutes. Inhale, reach arms wide, and rise all the way up to stand. Again, clasp hands if you would like. Gaze toward your fingertips. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Pause for a moment, close your eyes, and take a full deep breath. Now inhale, stretch up overhead. We'll go through this one more time. Clasp and gaze up if you would like. Exhale, bent knees, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen part way. Again, bent knees here. Extend longer, tilt sitting bones up and extend your heart. Exhale, fold over your legs. Plant fingertips. This time, left foot steps back into your lunge. Left knee to the ground. Inhale, stretch up. Full big breath. Exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Step both knees back. Elbows to the ground. Set your forehead down. And again, it can be always on a prop if that's better for your body. And now rise up to your hands, tuck toes and lift hips up and back, downward facing dog pose. Take a full big breath, and remember that if down dog is tricky, then maybe keep knees on the ground and stay on hands and knees instead. Bend knees, send sitting bones up, and now push from your lats out through your hands, growing a little bit longer. Then inhale, come forward into a plank. This is always an option. Knees down if you'd like, rotate elbow pits forward and push. Extend your front longer, but stay toned through your core. Bend elbows lower down. Inhale, curl up and open. This time, if you want, you can always rise a little higher if that feels okay in your body. Exhale, downward facing dog pose or hands and knees. And now we stepped left foot back, so we're going to step left foot forward. Back knee comes down. You can adjust the distance of your legs, so back knee can work back a little further if you would like. Inhale, stretch up overhead. Full breath as you gaze towards your fingertips. Exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat. Lift your back knee and step forward. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Inhale, reach arms and rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come to your heart. Close your eyes here if that's comfortable and take a full breath. Then softly open your eyes and tune into what it is your body needs at the moment. We're going to take a balance, a basic balance in a tree pose. But if standing near a wall is better for you right now, then feel free to. But find your balance onto your left foot, turn right toes sideways, and start to engage the right glute to help your knee open up more. Little bend to your standing knee, a squeeze of your standing glute, and then bring your foot to wherever you need it to be on the side of your leg. Just remember, not on the knee joint, right? So even if it doesn't bother the knee, that push sideways on the knee can over time do a little wear and tear. So this is one of those intuitive places that we get to come to in our bodies, recognizing maybe that the damage or the challenge isn't going to be super noticeable with sensation, but over time, it might become more noticeable if we don't take care of it now. So as you find that place for you, again, you can always pick your foot up and bring it up high, or keep your foot down low, or take toes to the ground, right, as a kickstand. Turn your palms forward, lift shoulders up and back, lengthening the side bodies, and bring first finger and thumb together into this mudra of knowledge. Take a deep breath and let your breath help you root more, stand taller, open more. If you'd like, you can bring arms up overhead in that mudra, or you can always clasp your hands and use fingertips to reach, your choice. Big deep breath. And now exhale, bring hands together at your heart. Bring your foot back to the ground and pause for a moment with 2 feet on the ground. Close your eyes and take a full breath. And now let's find our balance on the second side. Right foot balance, left toes turn sideways, knee is opening, lift up through your sides. Now, a little bend to your standing knee, squeeze your glute, and then bring your foot to wherever you need it to be. From here, again, palms extend toward the ground, even as you lift your shoulders up and back, lengthen the back of your neck. First finger and thumb connect if you want. Take a big breath right here. And then if you want, you can reach arms up, you can clasp hands, your choice. Tune into what's best for your body at the moment. Deep, full breath. Exhaling, hands come to your heart. Your foot comes back to the ground, and then pause for a moment to set yourself back up. Feet inner hip distance apart and parallel. Lift and spread your toes and then root them down. Take an inhale and stretch up overhead. Exhale, bent knees to fold. Inhale, lengthen part way. Exhale and fold. Pause in your fold. Tune in to the sensations that are present, maybe through low back or hips, and maybe heel toe your feet a little wider than your hips, doing what it is that is best for you in this moment. If you'd like, you can hold elbows or clasp hands behind the back of your neck. You're welcome to add a little sway here. Take a couple big breaths and recognize what it is that your body could use. Then planting fingertips, you can heel toe your feet back in if you've taken them wider. Step right foot back into your lunge, and this time we'll keep the knee lifted, bring hands up to your hips to begin with, center with your hips, and then push down, lift your sides, lift your chest, and if you'd like to, stretch up. From this place, clasp hands if you want. Again, notice that centering action of your hips. And then push through your feet, both feet pushing into the ground. Lift your chest. Take another full, big, deep breath. And now we're turning and planting our back heel, opening it up to warrior two, facing the right side of the room. And then as you bend into your front knee and open it up, remember that idea of that knee wear and tear that we don't necessarily get sensation from until there's already more wear and tear. So open it up toward the pinky toe edge, lift your ribs, lift your chest, gaze over your front fingers, big breath. Exhaling, hands come all the way down to the front of your mat, step back to the downward facing dog pose or hands and knees, your choice. Root down through palms and fingertips. Rotate elbow pits forward and push from lats out through your hands. With a bend to your knees, send your sitting bones up. Inhale, come forward into your plank. Maybe use knees on the ground here. Rotate elbow pits forward again and push. Extend your front. Exhale, bend elbows lower down. Inhale, curl up and open, taking as high a cobra as your body needs. Broad through the front of your chest. Tops of shoulders are moving outward. Exhale, downward facing dog pose. And now walking forward, take as many steps forward as you need. Take an inhale and lengthen part way. Exhale and fold over your legs. Plant fingertips, you're stepping left foot back into your lunge, and then bring hands up to your hips to rise, centering with your hips and settling in to your front knee, but then push with your toes. Sides lift, heart lifts, maybe stretch up. And again, you can always clasp, you can always take your mudra of first finger and thumb coming together. Take a big deep breath. Then turn and plant your back heel, open up with your arms, warrior two, facing the left side. Take a deep breath. Notice opening with the front knee and lifting the sides. Gaze over your front middle finger. Exhale, hands come down to the front of your mat, and then tuck back toes and step back into your downward facing dog pose for just a moment, rooting through palms and fingertips, rotating upper arm bones, push. Then knees come down, hips come back to your heels. Take a child's pose and find that place where your head can rest. Third eye connects with something, whether it's the ground, whether it is a block or a blanket. Then gently push yourself up to your seat and come all the way down to sitting bones. And then from this place, we'll take our blanket and find a roll with your blanket. And then set soles of feet together in front of you, bring them a little ways away so you have a diamond shape with your legs. Blanket over the top of your feet, wrap it underneath your legs so you have ankle support, and then find your prop. Bolster coming in between your legs. It could be a pillow too, it doesn't have to be a bolster, but it rests over your feet and over the blankets. And now we're coming to be able to rest our third eye on something. So that might mean grabbing an extra prop or two, might mean stacking hands, or maybe your head comes all the way down. But reach back and move sitting bones back and broad, giving that ability to tilt your pelvis so that your belly is coming a little bit forward. And then inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, stay long as you fold towards your bolster, letting your head come to rest. And again, you can always add a little bit of a prop or a bigger prop to help let your forehead rest. Your forehead, your third eye, is also very much attached to your nervous system. And so letting that rest is a little bit of a trigger point or a little button that you're pushing to enable your nervous system to calm. Doesn't happen automatically, but you can consciously give yourself that permission. Nervous system calming, moving out of that fight, flight, freeze place into a calmer place, means that you can more intuitively check in. Take another deep, full breath right here. And now if there's more space for you, inhale and lengthen even more. Exhale and fold again. Again, forehead resting. We have about 5 more big breaths in this pose. Then inhale, gently bring yourself all the way back upright. And then you can move your bolster aside and move your blanket aside. And then we'll take a forward fold here. So legs out in front of you and flex your feet. And then walk your feet in a little ways so your knees are lifted. Move your sitting bones again. That's to help you tilt your pelvis, belly forward. Lift your ribs, lift your chest, lift your heart. And as you push down with your heels and isometrically drag back, which means they don't actually move, they stay planted, but push and pull back. Tilt your belly more forward. And then fold over your legs. Maybe taking a hold of your feet here, maybe hands to the ground or hands to your shins. Take a big inhale and lengthen a little more. Exhale, maybe walk your feet out to come to a more straight leg place. Still pushing down with your heels and dragging them back helps you to tilt your pelvis. So take another big inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold over your legs. One more deep breath. Inhale, gently rise all the way back up. Footprints to the floor, and then make your way all the way down onto your back. And from your back, you're making sure that props are handy. Knees draw in, and then just a couple rocks side to side. And now extend right leg all the way out against the ground, left knee opens up, your foot is into the side of your leg. So it's a laying down version of tree pose. Arms reach overhead if that's comfortable. And then inch your shoulder blades onto your back. Take a big deep breath here. And if it feels best for your knee or your hip to put a block underneath the left knee, you're welcome to. And now arms back by your sides, lift your left knee and draw it across your body to the right side. And from here, again, you can always set something underneath your knee for a little support. And from that place, take a couple big breaths, maybe open the left arm to the left side, turn your gaze to the left, taking this spinal twist. Then back up to center. Extend your left leg all the way out. Right knee bends and then opens up to the right side, foot in toward the side of your leg. And again, from that place, you can always set a block underneath your knee here if that feels the best. Arms reach if you would like. You can always clasp your hands. Take a big breath. And then your knee draws upward, arms back by your sides as you take your leg across your body into this spinal twist. And again, feel free to add that prop underneath your knee, or just rest your foot against your leg. Whatever feels the best in your body. If you want, you can add that opening up to the right side, especially if the right shoulder is all the way down. Maybe turn your gaze to the right. Then inhale back up to center. Footprints to the ground, drop your knees in together to touch. And then hands to your belly. One hand to your belly, one hand to your heart, or just release your arms out. Close your eyes here and start to tune into a position that would feel the best in your body for Shavasana. And then begin to take yourself there. Extending legs or keeping knees bent, adding props. Tune into a little bit of intuition regarding what your body needs. Begin to take a deeper breath. And add some gentle movement into fingers and into toes. And as you're ready to bend your knees and roll over to your side. And slowly press yourself back up to your seat. Taking this mudra, if you would like to, of first finger and thumb connecting. You're welcome to close your eyes here and tune back into the affirmation of, I follow the path of my truth, open to the clarity of my vision. I follow the path of my truth, open to the clarity of my vision. Have a very peaceful and beautiful rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.